Today, from the Superdome in New Orleans, it's the NFC Wildcard round on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Fields and the New Orleans Saints versus Jordan Love and the Memphis Egyptians.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Memphis Egyptians and the New Orleans Saints. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against his secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
Steps away to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On 3rd down, Love into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So here are the Saints now with great starting field position. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he was absolutely sensational throwing the football all year long, better than 40 touchdown passes. That means he made good decisions, and his team trusted him with the ball. So I can't imagine a scenario in this game where they change their philosophy. If they trusted him in the regular season, they're going to trust him now and let him turn it loose. That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Over the middle, complete. That's Taylor. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Throwing again is Fields. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on 4th. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw is Fields. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Glove. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And his throw here's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Love now. Back to Kamara for another catch. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
To the air again, Love. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 21. Working out of the gun. Love. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. Touchdown! Travis Kelsey from 21 yards away. And the Egyptians have taken the lead. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Returning it, Justice Hill. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. From the gun, it's Taylor. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Fields on first down. Pressure comes and down he goes. Geno Atkins. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Out of the gun, Fields. He'll get this off to Taylor. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back to throw, Fields. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
Following the interception, Love airing it out for Hamilton. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The throw taken in by Hamilton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A give. This is Kamara. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On the ground, this is Kamara. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Fields now to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Olivier Vernon just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now it's Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Christian Kirk deep to return it. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Javon Kinlaw able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Love. They'll get this out to Kamara. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And just like that, it's 3rd down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Love, they go play action now. Open man, here is Hamilton. Again, it's Love. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And it's 3rd and short. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Now, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. They run. It's Kamara. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Fields. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A carry here for the big tight end. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, here's Fields. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Darrell Taylor. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Love. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. To throw again on second down, Love. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Off the play fake, Love. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 38, Love buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st and 10, Love. Complete. Jefferson the target. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing again on second down. Love to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Throwing. Love. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. There he goes right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
But first, time to look ahead to Sunday's action here in the NFC. A 4-5 battle that ought to be a tight one. And it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the 3rd quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
On first down, Fields. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. From the 45 on second down, Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now a give to Taylor. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Geno Atkins busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Second and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the gun on third down, Fields. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Taylor. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th. They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And as a result, possession switches hands. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 38. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Now it looks like we're going to time out as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On first down, it's Fields. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Love looking to throw it. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 2nd and inches. Love. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Love's throw into the hands of Hooper. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Play action this time with Love. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there, so no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do is trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him the opportunity.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Again, it's Cohen. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Love. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. On play action, Love to throw. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
First down, a run with Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They try again with Cohen. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. On the handoff, it's Cohen. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Cohen. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing third and goal. Love now. And it's caught. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson there to make the grab. And his guys are going to take the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Santos now to add the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. A 10-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Fields. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap, Fields. Open man is Waddle, complete. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Fields. This is caught. It's Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Again, Fields. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Darius Slayton, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Rohrwasser on for the PAT. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Jordan Love in his offense, ready to get the football back. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw now, here's Love. Dancing to his left. The ball comes out. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, Fields. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And if you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards. I think they'd like to get him a little help now on 3rd down and move it closer. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And the minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The situation for them offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard, 1:46 to go. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. Love. Pass complete, Thomas. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now Love. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Love looking to throw. It's complete. Kamara. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important... And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Now it looks like we're going to time out as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. And the Saints season will march on as we say thanks for watching and so long. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gault. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.